I have this open window of command prompts on my desktop background, and in this video we are going to distinguish between two special commands in the command prompt window. And these commands look very similar, but they have some differences. So I'm going to illustrate to you the differences between these two special commands we are going to discuss. But before then, you are welcome to learn programming skills on this YouTube platform. And in this channel, we provide videos on programming softwares. And to get access and also learn more educative videos, we urge you to stick around this channel to wait for notification on your YouTube homepage. These two commands we are going to discuss are the copy and also the XCOPY command. These two commands looks very similar in the command prompt window, but they have some differences, and we are going to have theoretical differences between these two commands. Then we jump straight forward to our command prompt window and have some practical illustrations to identify the differences that are around these two special commands, which are the copy and also the XCOPY command. Now, these are the differences I have tabulated in this interface. And the first differences that we have here is the copy is an internal command and the XCOPY is an external command. The next difference is the copy is a basic inbuilt command and the XCOPY is an extended copy command to execute an action. That is, this is for basic operation, whilst this is when you want to extend your basic operation to execute an action within the command prompt window. When we move to the third differences, the copy is an initial command and the XCOPY is a powerful version of copy command. And as you can see, because when you look at the second differences, this XCOPY becomes an extended copy command, while this copy command is an inbuilt command. Therefore, this becomes an initial command, while this becomes a more powerful version of the copy command. Now we move to the fourth differences. The copy is used for single source destination, while the XCOPY is used for multi-source destination. We will have a practical understanding of these particular differences. Now when we move to the last difference, the copy is used to copy some files in a single directory, while the XCOPY is used to copy an entire directory with multiple files. So these are the theoretical differences between the copy and also the XCOPY command. Now, without any further ado, let's jump right in onto our command prompt window and illustrate these differences that we have for these special commands. Now, this is my open command prompt window. When we get access to the desktop, which is a location, we have this file and we have this directory available. We are going to perform some operations using the copy and the XCOPY command on this file and this folder. At the same time, we also learn how to access a different partition with files and folders and also execute these commands. And finally, we will learn how to move or use these commands to execute this file and this folder to a different partition. And I hope by the end of this video you are going to learn a lot, so let's stick around to the end. Now, as you can see, this is the current location or directory available in this open window. And if I want to access the desktop, I want to access the desktop so that we can execute our differences between these commands. So I'm going to type the cd desktop. Now we have the desktop selected. Now before then, I'm going to type the help command and see the list that I'm going to obtain. Now when you look at this help command, the list that are obtained, if I scroll up, you can see that I have this copy command here, which says copies one or more files to another location. Whilst when we move to the end, we have the XCOPY, which copies files and directory trees. So when you compare this to the copy command becomes an internal command for basic operations, while the XCOPY becomes an extended version. So when you look at our first differences that we had, we said the copy is an internal command, while the XCOPY is an external command. So let's jump right into our location, which is the desktop. and then I'm going to use these two commands to copy this file in the same location. So I'm going to type the copy command, and whenever you have a file name or a folder name with two different words, you make sure to put them into a quotation mark. So I am going to copy this Excel file and create a duplicate of it. When we talk about the copy command, that is when you try to make a duplicate or another version of an existing file to a different location or the same location. So I'm going to use a different name for this particular file. Now, when you observe this command that I typed in this line of path, I have copied this existing file, which is this, to a different file name. Therefore, I have made a duplicate of this to this current file I have here. And when we execute or we open these two files, we are going to have the same data available. So this is how to use the copy command to make a duplicate of a file in the same location, or you can move it to a different location. Now that this has worked perfectly for this particular file, let's see if the XCOPY can also do the same action. So I'm going to type the XCOPY, and for you to limit your stress in typing, you can use the up arrow key to reveal the current command that you just typed. And I'm going to use my arrow keys to make some changes to this command line. So I am just going to use the XCOPY and also change this file name, and I'm going to hit the enter key. In the second differences, we said that the copy command is a basic inbuilt command, whilst the XCOPY is an extended copy command to execute an action. And when you can remember, when we move to the third differences, we said the copy is an initial command, whilst the XCOPY is a more powerful version of the copy command. So when you look at this current execution, when we use the XCOPY, this gives us an extended opinion or an extended option to make a difference. So what we have here is, does Tuesday specify a file name? And we agree to that. They also said or directory name on the target. So this gives you the option to copy it as a file or to copy it as a directory. And I'm going to show you the difference. When I type F on the keyboard, see what happens here. It says the employee status has been copied to make a difference of a different file name, and that is what we have here. That is one file copied. So we have this here, and the XCOPY has also make the same execution of the copy command, but this gives us an extended opinion or an extended option to choose from. If I move back and then hit the enter key, this also gives me this option to overwrite, and I'm going to say all. So this has overwrite what we have over there. Now, when I use the up arrow key and change this file name and hit the enter key, now as we said that this is more powerful, or it has a more powerful version of the copy command. When I use the letter D instead of the letter F, see what happens here. This creates a folder or a directory that is going to consist of this name that we have here. Then it is going to maintain this particular file in that folder. So you can see that the XCOPY has created a folder and also kept the file in this folder. If I open this, you can see that I have this file here, which is the same thing that we have on the desktop, and it has created a directory which consists of the name that was typed in the command line. So anytime you want to create a folder and keep a file name instantly, then you can go by this option. But if you want to create a file that is a copy or a duplicate of a file, then you can go by this particular option. But in a normal sense, the copy command will be the initial command you can use. But if you want to extend your options, then it is better to use the XCOPY. So this illustration has talked about the first three differences that we have for the copy and the XCOPY command. Now, in the fourth differences, we said that the copy is used for single source destination, whilst the XCOPY is used for multiple source destination. Now, this is when we can relate to a folder or a directory. Now, on the desktop, we have worked on these files. Now, let's see if we can work on this folder as well. So I'm going to use the copy and the XCOPY command on this folder. So I move to this and type the copy command. And the name of the folder is mine. And I'm going to change it to another name. And then hit the enter key. Now, when you look at this, because the copy command is an inbuilt command and also an initial command, and also it is meant for a single source destination, this has listed all the items that we have in this folder and created a file out of it. We wanted to create a copy of this folder so that we can have a different folder with the same content in this. But because this copy command do not have the extended version as the XCOPY command, this has rather created a file which consists of these elements. But when you open this is going to give you a different ununderstandable text in this file. So when I open this gives you the option to choose an app to open this file. And as you can see, let's assume I choose the notepad and click on OK. This is the output that you are going to gain, and you can see that all the text available are unreadable and ununderstandable. So that is, this copy command cannot be used on a directory that consists of multiple files. Instead, you can use the copy command on a file directly, that is a single source file, because this particular file that we have here is a single source file which consists of its content. But this particular item is a folder with different kinds of files. Therefore, the copy command becomes difficult to be used on this directory. But let's see, when we try to use the XCOPY, I'm going to change the file name and I hit the enter key. This also gives you this option because we said this is the extended version of the copy command. It gives you an extended option to choose whether you want to have the file or whether you want to have it as a directory. Therefore, I'm going to have it as a directory because it is a directory. So I'm going to press the D on the keyboard. And this is going to copy all the files and create a directory for it. So let's have some time for this powerful command to have its operation done. Even currently, when you look on the desktop, we have the folder created and all the files are being computed into that folder. So you see how powerful the X command can extend its functions and capabilities. So this should give you a gist to know when to use the copy command and also the X command. So let's give this some time to perform its operation, and this can depend on the number or the amount of files that you have in that particular directory. This execution has been done perfectly, and as you can see, we have all this list, and when you look at this, it says 18 files copied. It means that this XCOPY command has copied the entire directory with its content. But if we had used the copy command, it's just going to create a text file out of it. Now when you open this, these are the files available. We admitted that we want to copy the entire directory, and this command that we just used copied only the files available. But when you move to the original directory, we have some folders available here, and when you look at this, we have some empty folder and also a folder with some files on it. Because we just used this normal XCOPY command, this did not copy all the directories available in this particular main directory. So we have another command. We can add some 2 or more elements to it to copy all these empty and also these subfolders available. But that is what I'm going to showcase to you very soon in this particular video. Now, this copy command or this XCOPY command has done a great job for us. So this is how to use these two commands to copy some files and folders. So now that we've noticed some differences, you should know when to use the XCOPY command and also when to use the copy command. Now, when we move to our last differences, we said the copy is used to copy some files in a single directory, whilst the XCOPY command is used to copy an entire directory. Now, the operation that we just did on desktop, if I open my file explorer, in this window we have two partitions here. We have the local disk C and also we have my drive letter E. When you move to the drive letter E, you can also perform this same operation in this particular window, and that is when you have to change the drive letter and link your current location to the letter E. But I have a video that shows you to switch to different partitions to create directories. I'll link that video in the description below. Because I don't want to waste much time, I'll urge you to watch that video and learn how to switch from one partition to the other, and you can use the XCOPY or the copy command to perform an action. So let's jump right into another operation we can perform. That is how to copy from the desktop to a different partition. So now in this partition, these are the folders that we have here. I'm going to close this window. Now, how can we move this file to a different partition? So this time around, I'm going to use the copy command, because we all know that the copy command works effectively and also initially it performs the action quickly. And we are going to use the XCOPY command to move a directory to a different partition. So I'm going to use the copy command to move this file to the letter E, that is the drive letter E. Then we use the XCOPY command to move this folder to the drive letter E. So in this current location, I'm going to type the copy command. So now I have copy Monday. We have to add the extension to it. So in this case, whenever we are transferring some files or directories to a different partition, you have to identify the letter representation of the directory, and as we all know, it is letter E. So I'm going to type the E colon, then I'm going to hit the space bar and type the name of the file to serve as the duplicate. So you can see that in my first syntax, I type this particular command. We are supposed to add the backslash symbol to showcase that this file should be copied to this particular directory. So I typed a wrong command line in this particular path. So the syntax says the command is incorrect, and I have re-corrected it, and you can see that now it says one file is copied. If I jump to my file explorer and move to my disk E, you can see that this file has been copied to this particular window. So let's see if we can move this directory to the partition letter E using the XCOPY command. So I'm going to review the previous command. Then I'm going to type the letter E. So this is the XCOPY command line, that is to move this mine to letter E with this particular folder name. So I'm going to hit the enter key, and then this gives you the extended option. And as you can see, looking at our last differences, we said we can copy single files from directories, whilst the XCOPY allows us to copy the entire directory. So because we want to copy the entire directory, that's why we are using the XCOPY command. The copy command cannot work effectively on this particular folder. So I'm going to choose the letter D, and then this is going to do its operation. And at the end, I'm going to show you how you can copy a directory that consists of subfolders and also empty subfolders. So let's give this program some time to execute this action for us. Now this XCOPY execution has also been done. So let me access my file explorer and see if the letter representation E for the hard disk consists of this folder. So you can see that this XCOPY command has make a duplicate of this directory to this current location. So this is how to use these two commands based on their similarities and differences. You should know when to copy or duplicate a file and also when to duplicate a directory. Now, there is one thing I want to show you. When I open this, you can see that I still have the files available that are involved in the main folder, but the subfolder and the empty folder is not available. So what command can we use to make this particular operation work? I am going to delete this folder. I'm going to move back to my command prompt, reveal this command. Now, instead of having this command line, I am going to press the space bar and type the / symbol with the letter E, which represents empty folder. Then / letter S, which represents a subfolder that also consists of a file. Now I'm going to hit the enter key and then choose the letter D to focus on this particular target, that is to copy all the files and its folders that are in this particular main folder. So we give this command the space for it to work and execute all the files and its subfolders to a different location. Now we have our operation progressively done. Now, when you compare the previous command where we did not include this particular element, we had 18 files copied. Now we have 21 files copied. This means that we've had our subfolders and any other empty folder available. I'm going to open the file explorer. So now when you look at this directory that we have here, if I open, you can see that now I have all my files available and also I have these two subfolders also available. So whenever you want to copy a directory that consists of a subfolder or any subfolder, you can use this current command. But if you want to copy only the files, then you use the normal XCOPY command. There will be more videos on the XCOPY command, which I'm going to dive deep into it in my next tutorial. So if this video has been of helpful, please give it a like, share, comment, and also consider to subscribe if you are new to this community, and let's create a wonderful and also a conducive community. Thanks and see you in the next tutorials.